Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of the podcast. We have Danny here with us today, but before we get into the podcast, I would just like to thank once again our sponsors, Pure Prep and also Buffalo Whey Protein. Thank you for supporting the podcast. And over to Danny.
How you doing? All good?
All good, man. Thank you so much for joining us.
No problem at all. Good to be here.
So Danny, for those people that don't know, can you please tell us, what do you do here in Phuket?
Okay, so I am the owner of Chalong Soccer and Phuket Elite Football Academy. So obviously this is where the event's going to be held. So yeah, so that's basically what I do over here. So I'm a football coach. I rent out the pitches and yeah, football based really. It's all just football based.
It's called Chalong Soccer?
Chalong Soccer, that's it, yeah, Chalong Soccer.
So for anyone that's not aware, guys, so Fitness Street, the world famous Fitness Street, where all the gyms are right here is in Chalong. And then Danny obviously owns Chalong Soccer, which is going to be the venue for the primal race. The first ever primal race in Thailand is going to be hosted at Chalong Soccer. So
it's exciting.
Thank you so much for hosting us.
No problem at all. Looking forward to it. It's going to be a good event, I think.
It's going to be a super nice event, and and for those people that play some football here in Chalong or Phuket, I'm sure probably are already aware of the venue. It's a beautiful little space down there. Really nice football fields, obviously, but you've got the sort of Chinese temple in the background, so it makes for a real beautiful aesthetic. So like we cannot wait. Obviously, like from myself, we can't wait to be hosting the primal race there in a few weeks. It's going to be really, really good, but. The Chalong Soccer, obviously, you're a football coach there. You're the owner of the concept.
Yep.
So tell us a little bit about the business. Like, what do you do? Like, what's the day to day like down there?
So yeah, basically we just rent. So we got 2 football pitches and we got a clubhouse. So we rent the pitches out to the public, so they can come down. Whether it's beginners, we run leagues. We rent it out to different leagues, which is pretty cool as well. We have like commentary, live streamed, like it's totally different to what you get in the UK, you know. I was pretty shocked when I come here. The football scene's huge. So like, yeah, it's good fun. Like, it's just, how can I describe it? It's just the football here is crazy. It's just, yeah, the Thai people are different. They go mad for football, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the day-to-day stuff with the rentals of the pitches and things. And then I started my own football academy as well, which is the busiest side of it. So I started off with just like 12 kids. And yeah, then it just grew and we've got like over 100 now on the books. But I'd say we have like 80 to 90 per day.
Wow.
Sessions, yeah. So that's the day-to-day stuff, you know. Because at the moment I'm still doing all the admin side of the work, dealing with the parents, you know, all the WhatsApp groups, all the accounting side of it. So yeah, it's pretty busy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, but yeah, it's I wouldn't change it. Football's, you know, a big football fan when I was a kid, played a lot of football. So yeah, it's a dream really. Yeah.
Now that's amazing, Danny. It sounds like you've built something pretty special there at Chalong Soccer. Yeah. And for anyone that's coming down to the race, come check it out, guys. Unbelievable facility. But before we talk a little bit more about that, then maybe let's find out a little bit more about where this sort of passion for it comes from, and I guess particularly where the passion for football comes from. Obviously, you've mentioned that you're from the UK. So tell our listeners, take us back to like a young Danny. You're obviously from the UK. Tell us where you're from in the UK. What did you do? And
okay, yeah. So I'm from Chester. It's in between Liverpool and Manchester, and it's literally on the border of Wales as well. So yeah, always, when I was younger, just always football. Everything was football. My granddad was a massive Liverpool fan, you know. So always playing with him, playing football with my granddad. And yeah, just always. I think in England, it's weird if you didn't play football or rugby, you know, especially where I'm from, like Wales. And
yeah.
So yeah, it was just always football. And then I just played local teams and just carried on playing, yeah, and then played at a decent standard after that. So just always, I think in England and Wales, it's everywhere, you know. So yeah, everybody's passionate about football, I feel, in England or Wales.
Of course, yeah. Like I mean, any Brits that are listening obviously will completely agree with what you're saying. Yeah. But like, let's get into like what do you think it is about football or rugby? Like, what do you think it is about it that like really like ignites people's passion? Because you said about Thailand as well, like you came here and they're mad for football. But look at Europe, look at South America, look at North America now, even the Middle East, like absolutely crazy for football, team sports. What is it about these sports that like really grabs a hold of people? Do you think?
as a race, humans we're tribal, right? So it's like people that don't play it as well, the people just are fans of football. I think it's just like in our nature to be tribal. So when you're growing up, like I just mentioned there, my granddad's a big Liverpool fan. So instantly I'm a Liverpool fan. All my family are Liverpool fans. So then you put on that red shirt and then you just become fixated on that team.
Yeah.
And then you follow the team. It's just I think it's just a passion of everyone, you know?
Yeah.
It's always, you're brought up with it. So I think we're just tribal, like we're tribal beings, right?
No, I get it. I hear it. Like, I think that it is quite empowering to just be a part of something that's so much bigger than just you.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, and if you support Liverpool, you're automatically a part of like something that thousands of other people or even millions of other people
course, yeah.
are a part of. And
Yeah.
there's something about that that's quite special, I think, isn't it?
Like you might not, like for example, my granddad again, I'm talking about my granddad again, but he said to me one day, like, about football, if you don't like somebody, but you go to the game and you're sitting next to him in the seat, you're going to support that team together. You walk out, you don't like that guy again. It's that tribal instinct again, you know?
Yeah.
So I think that's what makes team sport so big, because the way we are as humans, you know? Something we follow, it's like a tribal being, like I say. So, yeah, I think that's what it is. I think that's what it comes down to.
No, I would completely agree as well. I mean, I'm not as into football as yourself, mainly because I'm shit at football. But
you're a rugby guy.
I'm a rugby guy,
You
yeah.
can see it, right? The Welsh big guy.
Yeah, like rugby for me. But it's the same. A lot of the things that you're saying are resonating with me because, I mean, for anyone that's Welsh listening at the minute, they'll know that there's a lot of turbulent things happening in Wales at the minute with the regions, like the professional teams in Wales. And it really is upsetting a lot of people. And the reason why it's upsetting a lot of people, I think, is coming back to this tribal mentality that what you're talking about. Because just to give you a quick insight. So there's 4 professional rugby teams in Wales, and they're currently talking about restructuring and cutting down to 3. Now, all those fans and supporters and players that are part of that 4th team, I mean, suddenly now they've lost a massive part of their identity.
And they obviously supported, they were obviously against the other teams, right? So they were obviously, so that's situation.
It's interesting, right? Like there's more, I think, to some of these things than just numbers on a spreadsheet.
Because how can you go from supporting that team, and if it goes down to 3, who do you support? Because you've been an enemy to that team, you know?
Exactly.
So it'd be difficult to go and support another team.
It really will, yeah. But we've spoke about like being a part of like the supporters network and stuff like that. But so obviously you mentioned that you played football. You mentioned that you played to quite a high level. For anyone that's listening, obviously I'm sure a lot of listeners they've played sport and stuff like that. But you still play football here?
Yeah. So the leagues I was talking about, we've got a team in that as well. The men's league. So we've created from the academy, we've created a men's team as well. So the coaches and friends, we've all made a team. It's called Phuket Elite as well. Yeah, we're pretty good actually. Even though we're a little bit older now, past our prime, we're still doing all right. We just come 3rd in the league this season, so we could have won it on the last day. So yeah, it's good.
What is it about like playing football? This might be a bit like the answer might first appear obvious, but what is it about playing football that you love so much?
So I think when I was a kid, it was more about the playing and the football. But then when you get older, I feel like when I was in my late 20s, it was more about the getting on the bus with the lads, going away on the away trips, because I played in Wales. So we used to go down to South Wales, big cup games, and it'd be the best drive down there, you know, we'd all be excited, and it just the buzz with the lads, we'd have the music on, the bus would be full of beers, and then on the way back, if we'd won, it'd just be, you couldn't beat it. Them days were just the best days, you know. And yeah, I think it's the same here now. It's the social side of it now. It's obviously the exercise and the fun side of it, but I'm not really playing I'm just doing it for the social, I think, now. It's more just with the lads, and we have a beer after the game, and the banter with the other teams, the Thai teams. I think that's what keeps me playing now, Yeah, for sure.
I don't think you could, it's really nice hearing you talk about it, actually, because I don't think you could have a more important reason to play sport. Yeah. Like, I think that, like, you spoke about, you used the word, like, tribal. But we are, like, as people, we're social. We're social animals. And playing sport is a great opportunity to just build those social bonds and to socially interact with different people.
Yeah, for sure.
I spoke a lot on the podcast with Luke about how we're quite disconnected now in the modern world. Like, a lot of people are obviously quite big into social media. Social media comes with positives and negatives, but there's no denying that sport still has a very, very important place in society.
For sure, yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, like you say, with the social media now, everywhere you go, everybody's just facing their phones. I'm guilty of it myself, especially with now social media is so important for my business. I find myself all day. I'm just head in the screen, messaging parents, reply, and it's time it's consuming, you know.
Yeah.
Just brain rot as well.
You obviously work with a lot of kids as well, Danny. So, like, how do you see? Like, I mean, we're obviously like of the same generation, but like, you obviously work with a lot of kids. Like, how do you see, like, this new era of like smartphones and stuff, which we didn't really grow up with that. Like I didn't have my first smartphone till I think I was like 21 or something. But like all the kids have them now, like 7 years old, they've got one.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Like, how do you think that's changing? Like,
I think for me, the way I see it is the kids can't focus as much anymore. There's no focus. It's just, I have kids that can't wait between training sessions to get out on their phone.
No way.
I have to tell them, get off the phone, you know. It's like, no, so now it's no phones. No phones 5 minutes before training, and you can't use your phone until after. We catch you on the phone, that's you done for the day. Like you won't play for the rest because it's just, they just can't focus anymore. It's, I don't think it's good for the kids, you know.
No, that's...
they can't focus on anything.
Yeah.
And you're hearing a lot of, like, because I worked in a school previously, I might talk about that later on, but ADHD is crazy now. Every kid seems to be suffering with some kind of attention, like, disorder, you know. And I think that's down to the phones, I do. I think because they're just on that all the time, like normal social interaction, it's just, it's not there. It's weird. It's very, very weird.
You know, this reminds me, I read like an article the other day, and it was actually about Steve Jobs.
Okay.
Right? And he is a famous interview of Steve Jobs with someone, I can't remember the newspaper or the magazine, but, you know, they're sitting down, they're talking with him a little bit about like his family. And they said like, oh wow, like your house must be like, you must have like all the best computers, all the best screens, all this, all that. And he said, yeah, there's no screens in my house. And they were like, what? And he's like, yeah, we sit down, we have dinner as a family, and we talk about like.
He knows how dangerous it is, you know.
Yeah, and I just found that really telling. You know, that Steve Jobs himself is like, yeah, like my kids are not going to be using screens. Like we sit down for dinner. There's no phones on the table. There's no iPads on the kids' lap. You know, it's like, no, we sit down. We talk about like culture. We talk about our feelings, or we talk about what we did that day. We talk about real things. I
feel as well like for the parents as well. It's like it's so easy for them to just kids complain and give them a phone, keep them quiet. I'm with my friend, sit in the corner, you know.
Yeah.
I think that's a lot of it as well. I think the parents are to blame, but we do have a lot of parents that are very good, you know. Like they tell me they limit the screen time, they get an hour a day.
Yeah.
You know, and then if they misbehave, they take the screen away. But it's crazy to even come to that, right? That screen time is like a reward or a punishment.
Yeah.
It's pretty scary, actually.
It is, yeah. Like, I mean, I don't have kids, so I wouldn't pretend to know, like, how hard it is because, you know, some of my friends do tell me it is quite difficult, which I'm sure it is very, very difficult. But, like, there has to be, I mean, for me as an outsider looking in, it does seem to be creating some problems. So this is why I love mainstream sports like football, rugby. Yep. Because, I mean, you can't be on your phone and catch a rugby ball.
Exactly.
You know? So that is really, really good. Because I think that they are unavoidable. The same as AI now. It is unavoidable. If you're not up to speed with your AI and you're not up to speed with the stuff that obviously AI can do, you're going to lose.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
So you can't avoid this. And you can't, like, be stubborn to change. But I do also think that you have to be very conscientious of the overuse, the negative connotations that it can have. And I find like my approach, again, not that I have kids, but my approach is I try to have like I do with, I don't know, diet or training is about having a balance.
Yeah, I agree,
Yeah, what do you think about that?
Yeah, definitely. It's just, going back to like the kids, it's just so difficult now to keep them away from and you can just see like kids nowadays. I think back to when I was a kid. It was like we were out all the time.
Yeah.
It was just out all the time. That was our social. I feel like now the kids don't know how to communicate. They just communicate through their phones. Everything's done through their Snapchats and they always show me this and that. Everything that's their social. Yeah. Even though they're all together, they're all discussing things on their phone about what they did yesterday. Yeah. It's just I just can't get my head around that situation, you know.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's very interesting, and like, you know, I think it is a common theme. We see it everywhere. It's the same in Dubai. It's the same in the UK, and obviously as you describe in here, it's the same in Southeast Asia and Thailand. Sure. Excuse me. So anyways, let's go back now then, because we've learned a little bit about your time in the UK.
Yep.
Obviously, you played a lot of football, very passionate about football. Brilliant, love that. And now we kind of know, obviously, what you're doing here in Thailand at the minute. You've got the football academy. You work with a lot of kids. Obviously, you've got Chalong Soccer down there, very well established. Beautiful, beautiful venue. But let's like bridge this gap in the middle now, and I want you to talk to our listeners about like maybe the first time you came to Thailand.
Okay, yeah.
What you obviously loved about it, and then what was it about Thailand that made you think, do you know what, maybe I want to live here?
Yeah, so the first time was actually Jed, the owner of Pure Prep. Me and him were best friends through school, and he went travelling, and he went to New Zealand first, and then he ended up in Thailand in Phuket. And then I was always flirting with the Australia idea, the working holiday. So I decided that I was going to go for it. Got the visa, booked the flights, and I was like, right, I'm just going to do it. Go to Australia, see what happens, just go with the flow. You know, I was 26 at the time, 2015. And Jed was here, I knew he was here. So I decided to book Thailand, was it 2 or 3 weeks before the Australia trip, come here, see him, and then I'd make my way to Australia from there. Yeah, and I flew here. And Jed still takes the piss out of me now for it. But yeah, came here, and it was just like something I'd never seen before. Yeah. I was like, this place is insane. We did spend most of the time in Patong, but as a young lad, it was just, yeah, Jed took me up Big Buddha, showed me the temples, and it was just a complete culture shock for me. It was just like, it's just like paradise. So yeah, anyway, my time, the 3 weeks or whatever I spent here with Jed, that come to an end. And then I made my way to Australia, flew into Melbourne, and I just remember getting there and I thought, nah. Yeah. I just don't like it here. I lasted 2 weeks and that was it.
No way.
I was just like, there's nothing different here. I've travelled, because I'd seen Thailand, I think I did it the wrong way around. Right. I think if I'd gone straight to Oz, it might have been a different story. But because I'd seen Thailand, I was like, if I'm going to go somewhere and I'm going to live somewhere, I want it to be different from what I'm used to. So I went to Melbourne, and I was in a hostel, and I was with like Europeans, and it was just, I was like, what am I doing here? Yeah. Like I've just come from like living like a king in paradise, going partying, going to the nicest beaches, and it was super cheap as well back then. I think it was getting like 55 baht to the pound. Wow. And now it's like 41, 42, is it something like that, So it was really, really cheap back then, and I couldn't spend it. The money I had, I couldn't spend it, And I went to Oz and it was so expensive. Yeah. And I was just thinking, nah. So I made the decision, it was Christmas time, and I thought I'm going to fly back, spend Christmas with the family, and then I'm going to go back to Thailand. I've got unfinished business there. I just want to go and see more of it. It was like an addiction. So yeah, then Jed, the next time I come out, Jed was telling me that he'd bought a little juice bar down in Rawai, and it was called Pure Energy at the time. So I was super excited to see that. Came back, and then every year, it was just like, I want to come back. I was coming back to see Jed, trying to network, trying to see if I could find a way to get in somewhere where I could get a job, and it just never really, it was never really much opportunities about. And then I met my partner who I'm with now, and I'd already had Thailand booked, and she decided she was going to come with me, and we come, and she was really like reluctant to come at first. It's the typical stereotype of Thailand, but yeah, so she came with me, and she fell in love with it as well. She was like, I want to live there. She's like, just like you, I want to live there. We spent a month there, and we said, right, when we go back, I'd just sell. She lived with me at the time. I was like, I'll sell everything. I'd just take as much money as we can, save up for a year. We actually moved in with one of our friends, and we're like, save it up and let's just go. Just go with no plan, try and set something up, or we can do something. And we come over here, and then weirdly enough, we ended up working on Bangalore Road, promoting for a nightclub, and then we were hosting people when they come in at the night when we'd get them in. But that was like a pathway. We've seen it as a stepping stone, networking and stuff like that. And then COVID struck, and it was like, oh my God, because I was starting to believe this was the time I was going to make it, Like there was a real thought in my mind, I'm going to make it this time. I've got the money behind me. And then COVID coming out, the depression, it was so bad. It was just, I thought something every time is stopping me from staying in this place,
So you had to leave? Yeah,
so we didn't have to, but the way it was going, we were living in Chalong, and they completely closed the different provinces down. So it was like if you were in Chalong, you couldn't travel to Rawai.
Right.
Because they shut it off at the roundabout. So we felt trapped, you know, we were just in a condo, and then they were talking about maybe you'd have to have the meals delivered to your house. You couldn't even leave. Yeah, so people would bring food and stuff.
Yeah.
So we were just like checking out flights, and then I just started drinking every night while I was stuck in that condo.
No
It was just
way.
like we'd sang song, the missus was the same, because we had nothing to do. So we were just watching Netflix, drinking. And it was just, we were like, no, we've got to go home. Let's just go home, reset, see what happens. This will be over in 6-7 weeks. Go home, see family, stay with them. It's safer at home. If we get sick, because it was looking like it was going to be really, like the way they were making COVID out, it was like people dropping dead in the street, you know. Mm-hmm. So we were like, if something happens to me and you here, we're not going to take priority. We're foreigners in a different country. The Thais will get priority. So we were just like, go home, it's safe. Stevie's mum and dad, my family, they were begging for us to come back, you know. So we ended up getting a flight out of here, and then it was 2 years when it was just lockdowns, and and then at home I was super depressed. It was just, the depression was really, really bad. Like I didn't see it. It was only my partner. She was like, "You're not in a good way." I was like locking myself up and just playing on my computer all the time.
Yeah.
But then it was it 2021? No, 2022. Jed called me, and he was like, "I want to make you an offer," and I was like, "You don't even have to say it, I'm coming." And he was like, "I haven't said anything yet." And I was like, "I want you to come and manage Pure Prep in Phuket, because I'm going to move, and not move, but he's going to expand into Bangkok." So I was like, perfect. Mm-hmm. Whatever it is, I'm coming. Let me know when you want me, I'm going to be there. There was no offer of money. It was just like, this is it. Yeah. And so that evening I went back home, told my partner, and she was like, "I'm not going."
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I was like, okay.
Oh, no way.
I'm going.
Yeah.
I was like, I cannot, if I don't go, like I'm going to hate myself forever. I need to be inside. That's how much I wanted to be, you know? So, she was like, "I'm not doing it." She'd set up a business again. She was like, "I'm not going. You can go. But if you go, that's us done." So I was okay, that's the decision I'm going to make. Yeah. Like, I need to think about me. If I don't do it, I regret it for the rest of my life. So, I moved out here 3 months later. She was here.
No way.
She'd sort of forgot when I was here, and she was seeing the beaches again and the people because she forgot after 2 years, you know. Yeah. Like I hadn't, but she'd forgotten about it all. Yeah, and then 3 months later she came back, and then I was working with Jed. She got a job in a school. Yeah, and then I worked for Jed for a year, and then, like they say, mates shouldn't work together. We were just we just butting heads all the time. You know, it was just, he liked it doing one way, I wanted it done the other, you know. Yeah. So and then that's how eventually Chalong Soccer came about. So I ended up going to a school where my missus were working after I left Pure Prep. I went there as a PE teacher and swimming coach, and they didn't have a football team. So I went in. They wanted a football team. They obviously knew about my football background because it was on the CV and stuff, and like my certificates and everything. And when I first went to the school, she was like, "We want a football team." So I set one up, and it just went boom, straight away, huge. But then the school would never give me any funding. They wouldn't give me any balls. They wouldn't give me any cones. It was like, it's in next year's budget. We'd be working with one ball. It's just, they just wouldn't fund it, you know. Yeah. The pitch, they would never relay the grass. We'd play like grass. It was just mud. It was just a mess. So, all the parents would tell me, "You need to do something outside." And that's how it come about. I ended up getting Chalong Soccer. I'm going to take the risk. Got the academy up and running, and now it's where it is now, you know. It was the best thing I ever did. Yeah. It's just, it's unbelievable. I'm in the place I wanted to be, doing the thing I love, you know. It doesn't even feel like work. The admin feels like work, but doing the coaching and playing football with the kids and everything else, and watching my team every Saturday out against other team, it's unreal. It's just a pleasure, isn't it? It's unbelievable, yeah. And I'm here in Phuket, you know. And if you do what you love, it's the cheesy saying, like, if you do what you love, you'd never work a day in your life, that sort of thing. It doesn't feel like working, you know. Yeah. It actually doesn't. I used to think that saying was like, work's work, but it actually doesn't feel like working. No. Nah. You've got this really seems to be something here, like a magnet for you. It was an addiction. Yeah. I was addicted to it. You couldn't shake it. As soon as I go home, I'd want to be back here. I think it's just the UK as a whole, it's just grim. It's depressing, right? The weather's never good. I think Phuket, it's the people here. Everyone's just so friendly. People complain it's expensive now, but it's nowhere near as expensive as other places in the world, you know. But it's just everything about this place. You've got everything. You can have the Western lifestyle here. You've got the Thai culture still here. You've got beautiful beaches. People are amazing. And one thing I liked about coming here was, like in the UK, you're sort of like, if your friend knocks around with this guy,
Yeah.
you have to be in that friend circle, right? Because you all went to school. Here, I set up a new group of friends, people who are like-minded, and people are on a different path here, I feel like, in Phuket. People are always trying to make something of themselves. I feel like in the UK, you do something good, people shoot it down. You know, people get jealous, they get envious of what you're doing. I feel like here, people push you. People try to elevate you to where they are, you know, or they take inspiration from what you're doing, and they genuinely, you know, they're happy for you, you know.
Yeah.
So that's what I like about here.
No, I mean, you say that about other people here, Danny, but you're certainly one of those people yourself. Like, I remember we came and we met with you like a couple of months ago, and you were like, yeah, cool, let's do this, and I can help you with that, and I can do this.
Yeah,
and I know you've been talking with...
everyone works together, things work, you know?
Yeah.
But when everybody's, like I said, butting heads and they don't want to do this and I want to do that, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Build a community, and that's the best way to do it, I think.
Yeah. No, it's really nice, and obviously we appreciate everything you've done with us and supporting us obviously through this amazing business that you've built here is obviously really powerful, and we love it so much. But yeah, the story, like, I find it really interesting. I feel like I said, I feel like there was something about Phuket, and the way even you talk about it now, it's like a magnet that just kept drawing you back here. And you've mentioned, like, yeah, of course, I mean, I've seen it myself, the beaches, the food, the weather, like this, the opportunities, like the people from all over the world, like different mindsets and stuff. That's, I think, what makes it so exciting here, right?
Yeah, for sure, yeah. And I just think generally people are happier here. Like the Thai people, they don't make hardly any money compared to what we make over in the West. But it just, I don't know, they're just so happy. Everybody's happy here. You go back to the UK, well, I've not been back for 4 years, but Jed went back recently, and he was telling me, like, everybody's grim-faced, nobody's friendly. Everywhere, every city centre he was in, he didn't feel safe. Here, like, I can leave my door open. You hardly hear of any trouble, any, like, thieving. You don't really hear about any of that. You hear about the odd things between the ties, but I just feel safe here. I can walk down the street at 3 a.m. and not care, you know? Like in the UK now, you're hearing about the gangs, the stabbings all the time. And I try and avoid it, you know? But like every now and again it pops up, or you call someone from home and they tell you about it. Like, yeah, it doesn't sound. I don't think I'd ever go back there now.
No, it is really sad, Danny, because I would say that I am a very proud British person. I love everything about like the British culture and obviously the great history that the country's got. But I mean, I live in Dubai now. I've lived in Dubai for 10 years, and Dubai's incredible as well. A lot of similar things with Thailand. Like, it's extremely safe. There's a lot of opportunities there, and like a lot of open-minded, like-minded people. And yeah, like the UK, unfortunately, like, yeah, there's some things about it at the minute. They're obviously going through like a bit of a tough patch, like let's say. And the problems are quite systematic and quite deep running. So I mean,
it's really sad to see, actually.
Yeah, I would like to think that one day I could go back there, but I think I would agree with you right now that it's just a really difficult place to go back to right now.
Sure. I don't think that like you say right now, I don't think I'd ever go back to live. Like, obviously I'm going to go back this summer, see the family and stuff, first time in 4 years, which will be nice, but I'm just dreading going back there.
Yeah, like I'm a little bit similar. I love going back. I'm very close to my family, and I do enjoy going back there because there are certain things about the UK that I love, like Greg's, number one.
Yeah, that's a big one, right? Greg's sausage rolls and steak bakes.
Yeah, and like look at what the UK's done. I mean, some of the best comedians in the world are British.
Sure,
you know, you've got some of the best bands and artists ever. A lot of them have come out of the UK.
Like you say, though, we're proud of that, right? I'm proud to be British, super proud. Like,
yeah, and we drive like football. We lead the way with a lot of stuff. Rugby as well. Like, England are obviously playing quite well at the minute. Wales are not.
It's such a small little place as well.
Yeah.
It's insane how we compete on them fronts, you know. But
look, let's see what they can do. But like you said, you know, Asia, Southeast Asia, the Middle East, they are leading the way in a lot of ways at the minute, and it's cool for us to be lucky enough to be a part of that. But your story, Danny, the one thing that stood out to me, because I think two times, maybe even 3 times in your story, you took a real risk. Like, a huge risk. Like, you came, like the one that reached out to me. Like, the first time you came here, you didn't really even have a plan. You just kind of thought, like, that's what I want to do. This is what we need to do it. Let's go there and just see what happens. And then obviously the second one was when you were like, right, we've kind of got this idea for a business at Chalong Soccer. It might work, but also it might not work.
Yeah.
So what do you think about, like, risk taking just generally, like as part of life or as a mindset thing? Like, what do you think about it?
Yeah, so like, again, we go back to the UK. I wouldn't have done this in the UK. I just wouldn't have took them risks because people taught you about the risk, you know. I feel like when I came here, that's when I started taking risks. I was risking to try and better my life to try and live in Thailand. And then I found then taking risk on like the financial side of the pitches and stuff, it was just like, just go for it. What's the worst that can happen? Like, I've been here before, I've had the setbacks before. I think people worry too much in England about the setbacks and, you know, failing, what people will think if you fail. I think just take the risk. If you fail, so what? Just go again.
Yeah.
And that's what I kept doing from 2015. It was only till 7 years, till 2022 I finally made it. But every year I was here trying.
Yeah.
And it just kept failing. And COVID was the one time when I felt defeated.
Right.
Every other year it was like, nah, something will happen. Something next year when I go, I'll meet somebody this time. But COVID was the real kick in the nuts, you know. It was like,
Yeah.
a pandemic's even stopping me now, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I just think, take risks. I think if you don't take risk in life, you're just going to be comfortable and you're just going to coast through life. And then when you get older, you're going to say, shit, I wish I took a risk there.
Yeah.
You know? And I don't want to get to that stage where it's like, I should have done that, I should have done this. Just go for it. I think as you get older as well, things like that, you do take a few more risks, you know. When you're younger, you're sort of like, you're comfortable doing what you're doing, you know. Going out and having fun. But now it's just like, I need to make something now. I want to make a business. I don't want to be working for somebody else for the rest of my life, you know. So yeah, that's good on that front as well. You know, working for myself, I enjoy it. Like, the stress is there, but it's stress that I enjoy.
Yeah, I think that's a really powerful message, what you said there about, like, don't be afraid. Yeah, don't be afraid of failure.
Nah.
Like, failure is just, I guess, like another opportunity to learn or to get better.
And I think if I'd have come in 2015, met somebody, and then started working here, I don't think I'd be here now. I don't think I would. I think everything happened for that reason where, you know, and I learned along the way. Every year I'd learn something new about the place. It'd be, and then obviously then working for Jed, that was like the perfect timing. I think I probably would have failed because the way I was spending money when I come before COVID. So COVID was probably a blessing as well, because I was just spending money. I was going out and I was working on Bangor, I was going out partying, I thought, I've got all this money, I'll find something eventually. So maybe that was probably a blessing as well, that I went home and then I got the call off Jed, because then I ended up working for Jed, you know, and that was the pathway, you know, to the school, and then the school, everything just led on one thing to another, and that's where I'm up to now, you know.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the academy's going brilliant, like, growing every day, so that's where I see myself now, hopefully build this academy, and yeah, we've got a few plans for that going forward in the future, so...
And if you'd never taken those risks at the start, you never would have found out a lot of these answers. You never would have taken a lot of these paths which have led you to where you're at now.
Exactly.
Yeah, it really does resonate with me. You know, a lot of people, we can be guilty of just like how do I say it, like maybe just living, like staying in our lane a little bit, like we just put our head down, and then I feel like, you know, maybe you wake up one day and you're like, wow, I'm 56.
Yeah, I stayed in my comfort zone all the time.
And I've just been in my, I've been in my comfort zone like my whole life, and now I'm like, I think living that life and choosing the easy option every time, it gives you that short term like safety. It gives you that short term like, oh, my life's pretty comfortable and all this. But I think later, you know, by not stepping outside of that comfort zone and taking some of these risks, you probably will look back and say, like, if only I'd... Exactly,
and it's the reward when you know, so all the failures, the reward way outweighs all the failures, the feeling of defeat, you know. Now I've actually, touched wood, I'm succeeding, you know. It feels so good, because I just think back to all the times when I tried, and yeah, it just feels good now to have something stable here, building a project, seeing what we're doing for the community and the kids, and we've got a real community down there now. It just feels, it feels good, you know, to be part of it. And to have built that, it's good.
Yeah, you should be proud of it, because I mean, sounds like it hasn't been smooth sailing.
No, not at all. No.
You know, sometimes they see the finished product and they're like, oh yeah, you know, you're so lucky.
Yeah, the amount of people that have tried copying us already, and it's just, people just think it just happens overnight. You can just set up and it's done, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, all the success, Danny. You deserve it, and well done to you. And I hope it continues to grow and be more and more successful, because I think, you know, like going back to the start of the podcast, we spoke about the importance of like team sports, community sports, building environments, building communities, and that's what you're doing here. So I think you're providing a real service, and it's a really important service.
Yeah, it's good.
So for the audience then, so for anyone that's maybe looking to come visit the facility, maybe they want to get into football, maybe your stories resonated with them, where can they find you, and where can they find Chalong Soccer?
So it's Soi Tai Aid, so it's near Robinson's in Chalong. So you go out of Soitaid towards Robinson's, go straight over there, and you'll see the beautiful temple. And we're literally opposite the temple there. So if anyone wants to play football, they can rent out the field. It's cheap, you know, it's inexpensive. And yeah, if anybody's got kids, they want to play football, you know, Phuket Elite, it's the place to be, you know.
Amazing.
We're just building bigger and bigger, yeah. So,
yeah, thanks, man. We'll be sure to link all the details in the caption as well, guys. So
sure.
check those out.
Thank you so much.
And yeah, thank you so much to Danny for coming on. And for anyone that's competing at Primal Race, you'll get to come down, you'll get to see the venue. It's incredible, beautiful, great surfaces. And we're going to be hosting the Primal Race there, obviously. So it's going to be even cooler when you see it on that day as well. So thank you so much again, Danny.
Much. Great
Cheers.
to see you again, mate.
Yeah, nice to see you always. And thank you so much again to our sponsors. We've got Pure Prep, who Danny used to work for, as we just found out. Pure Prep, and we've got Buffalo Whey Protein. Thank you so much for supporting the podcast, and we'll see you on the next episode.
Cheers, guys.